Hi all, I just want to make a quick video on how I set up my pressure washer to work off of a gravity fed tank, which now it's pump fed, but the problem I was having was that these pumps are not really designed to work gravity fed. Now, for some reason it did work gravity fed for a while. It still does, but I just felt like I was putting a lot of strain on the pressure washer pump, and so I was looking for something cheap and easy that would work to provide pressure, so that when my pressure washer goes out, that's like and in its time it was like a $2,500 pressure washer, so that I could hook it up to a cheap pressure washer, like a $200 one from like Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever you get a pressure washer from. The pumps have changed. They're still direct drive, but I don't know what they're called, but they're different. I know for a fact. And I did hook up one of those pressure washers on the tank. It would not work at all. It definitely needs, they say, at least 20 psi's to work of water pressure. So what I did here was very simple. Now there's a lot of water pumps out there that will work for this, but the reason why I chose a Flomax water pump is because this has for one, it has a pressure regulator up front here, and you can regulate your pressure. You can increase it or decrease it. It came with this little strainer, so that helps, a little filter there to filter out some stuff out of it. But I don't know if you can see there, it's a Flomax. I got it from just Amazon, and what I like about the function of this, because this is for an RV application, once it reaches the pressure, it stops working. So it's working intermittently as you need it. There are pumps out there that will just stay on, and I guess they work too. If you don't mind it being on, that's fine. But I kind of like the on and off function, because if you're like me and you're just using a very minimalistic setup, I know there's better setups out there. Maybe later I'll make a little tray for it or something, but this is a very minimalistic setup here. I mean, it took me like 20 minutes to get this working. I did put an inline fuse, 15 amp fuse. It does tell you to put a fuse on there on the instructions. And then I got these from like a trickle charger that I had, came with these attachments, and that's pretty much it. And let me see if it holds pressure right now. Well, right now it's probably, let's see, it's already pressured. I mean, there's nothing to it. And it works great, and it stops, and it every time you pump your wand or whatever, this here, right now it's not going to do it, but you pump that, the pump goes on, and then it turns off. I like that, because the other thing is, well, you discharge your battery quickly, I guess, if you're working that pump too long. So I kind of like this setup. Fittings you will need, it comes with half-inch fitting here, so I got half-inch hose just from like Ace Hardware. And they do sell, just your little hose menders, but just make sure they're half-inch. And it works here. I put one there and I put one there. And these fittings come with the pump, which work great. This comes with the pump. So anyway, if you're looking for a cheap setup, again, I'm not a pressure washer guy, I'm not a detail guy. This is just something I rigged up at home, and I'm not making it stationary because I want to be able to still load my riding mower, which I took the deck out of, because what I do is I take this to work and I pressure wash the buildings. So I need it to be where I can take it off the trailer, load it up on the truck, and then put the riding mower on this. So yeah, that works great. So if anybody's looking for a good little pump out there that'll give you the pressure and it works intermittently and does what it's supposed to do, I think this is a great setup, and it's inexpensive. I think I spent maybe $70 with everything, and now you can hook up a cheap pressure washer. You don't have to use one of these professional ones. You could buy a $200 pressure washer and it should work. Will it work with an electric pressure washer? I would say yes, because as long as you have pressure, that's the main principle, having pressure from the water supply to the pump. So should work. Hopefully it helps.